viewer at the tire shop. We'll talk about that in a minute in Virginia. Yeah. Susan.
Hi.
Susan in Minnesota, and she said hi. It's always a pleasure to meet viewers. So Sadie's excited. So see, say hi. Please, look at this road. This is the way all the side streets are in this town. And look at how cute. So I just pulled into Firestone because it looked like my tire was flat. Hey everyone, just a reminder, my videos are on a delay. So what you're seeing now in the travel video happened before the video you saw a couple weeks ago in real time that I had the big blowout and the tow truck had to come and I discovered that all my valve stems were bad. This is the very first time I started noticing that I was having problems with the valve stems. So again, my videos are on a delay. What you're seeing now is the end of July. What you saw 2 weeks ago was real time. So what you saw 2 weeks ago is in the future. So you can say, Carolyn, when you go there. You should have gone to Firestone and had all your valve stems checked. Oh, if only I could go back in time and tell myself. But yeah, Monday morning quarterbacking does no good. All right, so let's get back to the story. But it must just be the way it was up on the curb. And I didn't even bother. I should have just taken it out and checked it right where I was. But I'm in town, so I'm like, I'm just going to hightail it up to Goodyear. That's where I met the viewer. Hi. And the line was a mile long inside, so I just pulled out my gauge and checked it myself. And it's fine. It's at 75, which is what they filled it at. Just up on the curb, it looked like it was flat. I love this little town. It's Virginia, Minnesota. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love Minnesota. Yeah. Cunara's Kitchen and Farmer's Market. It looks really interesting, so I'm going to go in real quick. It's 85 degrees. Sadie's fine. When I do leave her in, I'm in and out, like 10-15 minutes tops. I don't leave her in there for extended periods of time. So Karen can relax. Oh, bummer. I'd love to get something, but this line is way too long. I can't leave Sadie out there that long. So let's go see what's in the store. Farmer's Market. Oh. I was expecting like a real farmer's market. Oh, natural soap. Oh, raspberry jelly. Produce, a little bit of produce. Mennonite. M&A means Mennonite and Amish. M&A zucchini. Oh. Well, that's cool. Zucchini. Herbs. How you doing, Sadie girl? What's on your nose? What's on your nose? She looks so miserable. Oh my God, she's panting. Oh, we didn't even take her leash off. Oh. Are you miserable? Are you miserable? Got some raspberry jelly. Raspberry is like my second favorite behind a lullaberry, but they didn't have it. I got Mennonite tomatoes, Amish Mennonite from Kentucky. Oh my gosh. The viewer who saw me at the tire store, she just came around a car and took another picture of my rig. So cute. The paparazzi are after me. And look what else I got. Oh my gosh. So brown rice is huge here because of all the lakes. No, wild rice. Wild rice grows in the lakes here, apparently. I didn't know that at first. I was like, why are all the wild rice? So this is cranberry wild rice. Cranberries, wild rice. It didn't have a full ingredient list. It might have eggs in it. I think I might try it. And I do wheat sometimes now too. So we'll try it. It's gonna be delicious. I love stopping at fun places like this. Local, you know, supporting the local places that I travel to. So fun. So I've been traveling along the Wasabi Iron Range for a while, and Virginia is a city in Minnesota where I'm at now, and I just stopped here really on a fluke to do laundry, and it's on the Iron Range, and so the city was built up around iron mining and ore making stuff. That's a real technical term right there. And I'm in love, like so many of the places that I have visited in Minnesota. I love it. And there's steam coming out of all the manholes. Come on, Sandy girl. Are you all from here?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? I don't want to interrupt.
No.
What is the really cool closed up building on the other side of the tower? The giant brick one?
Yeah.
Off to the right?
No, not this one.
No. Behind the Virginia Tower, right over through the trees. Right here, this one. That you can see right now, right through the trees.
Oh, okay. Just to the left of the water tower? Oh, no, straight.
Yes.
I don't know what it's yet. You know what? It's just to the right of the water tower. You can probably see it.
It's beautiful.
Right behind that tree. Oh. That's not the concept, no?
It looks like it could have been like a school or the water plant's over there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe it was the old water plant?
Right of the water tower?
According to these really nice local gentlemen behind me, it used to be a brewery, according to the older guy that's been here for like his whole life. He's in his 80s, I would say. He's at a brewery, so I think I might have to go back over, see if I can see any markings or anything like that to give me more information. I mean, it's an old, really decorative building. It's kind of, I would be surprised that it started out as a brewery. Maybe. I know Milwaukee's close by, and I know they're really known for their breweries. So maybe. See the duck? I bet this place is awesome in the winter. Oh, that's what she needed. That's what she needed. Mom bought you a swimming pool. Well, I bought her something that might be able to double as a storage container / swimming pool. Something I can just put a little bit of water in to cool her off if we need. Virginia, Minnesota has a population of about 8,500, and it was laid out in 1892 and named after the state of Virginia, which is the native state of a large share of the lumbermen in the area at the time. Post office has been in operation at Virginia, Minnesota since 1893. And the city of Virginia prospered as an iron mining community and is considered the commercial center of the Wasabi Range, serving as a shopping, industrial, educational, and medical hub for surrounding communities. I like it here. It's pretty. It's quaint. It's old-fashioned. So I'm back at this building. Just driving around it, trying to see if I can see anything on it that might help me do some research. Oh, maybe a street. I'm obsessed with this building. You see that way on the top? There's like an arboretum, no, like a porch deck thing. 2nd and 7th. 2nd Street and 7th Ave. It's so office. What does this say? Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna go one more time. You wanna go with me? So that's public utilities. This is the, I think this is the, no, the power plant was somewhere else. Oh, over there. I don't know what this is. I have a feeling it's something old. Maybe the old power building or something. There you go, 305 7th Avenue. Well, what I'm getting right now is Iron Range moving and storage. So that's probably the most recent. That's what Google is bringing up. So it's going to take a little digging. Hopefully I'll be able to figure it out for you guys. So Nancy won't have to do all the research. Hi, Nancy. Oh, perfect. Yep. Sadie, wait. Come here. Yep. There's just steam coming out of everything around here. That building. I want it. Right on the water. It's right near the new water tower and the water plant and the utilities plant. And all these are public works buildings all around me. I'm going to say it's an old public works building. I mean, that's how they built them back in the day. And they were tall for some reason. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. The sun's in the wrong place, but there's a stack there. Some kind of a stack. Probably let out steam back in the day because there's steam coming out of everything here. Wow, awesome. Not only is northern Minnesota's Wasabi Iron Range famous as the largest iron ore deposit in the world, since red iron was discovered here in 1890 by the Merritt brothers, tons of iron ore have been output in this area. But this area is known for something else. 11 women who worked at the Evelith mine were the first women to file a class action sexual harassment lawsuit. Their story became the basis for the 2005 movie North Country. In 1974, 9 of the largest steel companies signed a consent decree with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to start providing 20% of its new jobs to women and minorities. And in 1975, 4 women walked into the Evelith mines for the first time. One of them was 27-year-old single mother named Lois Jensen. She took the job in the mines because it paid 3 times as much as she could earn anywhere else, and she needed the job to pay enough to support her family and her young son. Like many industries that were used to be all men, the men in the mine were very vocal about their opposition to women working in the mine. And from the start, the disapproval turned ugly. Pornographic pictures and graffiti began showing up everywhere around the mine. Dildos modeled out of waterproofing material appeared in the women's workplaces. Lewd jokes and unwelcome physical contact from coworkers and supervisors became everyday occurrences. As more women were hired, the harassment got worse. The behavior of the men escalated into stalking, assault, and threats of rape. Women that complained about the behavior would find themselves threatened or exiled to work in isolated parts of the plant, where they would find themselves vulnerable to the men. When the women continued to complain, many of the men would justify the behavior and call it teasing. We're just having fun. And they would excuse it by saying it was just part of our culture, and if you can't handle it, you shouldn't be here. Sound familiar? It all came to a head in 1984 when Lois Jensen was stalked by a salaried coworker who broke into her home and threatened her son. The union still refused to help her, and management promised to transfer him, but it never happened. She filed a complaint with the State Department of Human Rights in October of 1984. The state found probable cause and requested that the mine institute a sexual harassment policy and pay punitive damages. The sexual harassment continued and intensified despite this action. Over the next several years, the case dragged on, and finally, an attorney from the Attorney General's office convinced Jensen to turn her complaint into a class action lawsuit. while the women continued to deal with harassment in the workplace that continued to escalate and cause problems and dangerous work environments for the women, the case dragged on. Finally, a trial date was set for December 1998, 13 years after Lois Jensen filed the first complaint and 23 years after she first started working at Evelyn Mines. The women settled on New Year's Eve in 1997. But they were sick, exhausted, and bitter, and the damage that had been done was irreparable. They settled for just modest amounts, and they never received what they wanted all along, an apology. And because of that settlement and the lasting emotional scars, closure was never really achieved for any of the women. But in the end, the suit set many important precedents, laying the groundwork for safe workplaces for women all across the country. What kind of YouTuber do you want to be? Like what? Video games? So you like to play video games? Yeah. And where are you from again? Louisiana. Everybody, well, so he's from Louisiana. He's visiting his grandpa, and we stopped here just to make breakfast, and he came along, parked his bike, came over, started talking to me. And I was like, just asking him questions, you know. He came over and asked if he could pet Sadie. And we were walking up here, and there's something that kind of looks like a swamp. And he said he was from Louisiana. And I was like, did you know there's a swamp over there? And I'm taking him up towards the woods, and he's following me. And I'm like, you know, you shouldn't follow people into the woods, right? And he's like, I know. And I'm like, you know, the first time he left, I was like, be careful who you talk to, okay? And he's like, okay. And then I went inside and started putting things away and brushing my teeth. And Sadie's getting all excited, and he came back. Poor little kid. He came back, and he was hanging out the window. He's lonely. He's here with his grandparents for a couple of weeks. He's an only child. What a cutie pie. I'm a little worried about him, though. I mean, he was going to follow me into the woods. Oh. I don't know. It's different up here, you know, I guess. Maybe they don't worry about such things up here, although it happens everywhere. But I wasn't going to film here, but he was so adorable. And I knew every grandparent I talked to says, yeah, my little grandson or granddaughter wants to be a YouTuber. They all want to be famous YouTubers, which is kind of interesting. So I just ran out. I said, well, I got to go. I got to hit the road. And so he started riding away, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab my phone and just see if he wants to be on YouTube. And he's like, yeah, I want to be a YouTuber. I'm like, do you want to be on YouTube? I'll film you, you'll be on YouTube. He's like, okay. So this is Tower, Minnesota. This is an historic bay that kind of launched the hospitality, the resort community in this area. So port. They call it a historic port or something. I can't remember what it was, but so Tower. Look at this building over here. We're gonna go over here and take some pictures. There's some cool stuff over there. So the first time he came over, he was like, "Ma'am, can I pet your dog?" And I'm like, "Sure, but don't let her jump on you." And he was like, "Are you camping?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Where's your husband?" I'm like, "I don't have a husband." "Why not?" "Do you have any kids?" "No." "Why not?" And I was like, you know, I just never thought I would be a really good mom, so I decided not to do it. And he's like, I think you would be a really good mom. Sweet kid. Check this out. Named for Charlemagne Tower, one of the developers of the Vermillion Range and the Duluth and Iron Range Railroad. It was incorporated as a village in 1884 and as a city in 1889. A sawmill was established here in 1882. An Indian settlement was located on nearby Lake Vermillion at Pike Bay, and trading posts of the Northwest and American fur companies were established then in the 19th century. It was the terminus of the Vermillion Trail, built from Duluth in 1865 for the gold rush prospectors pouring into the region. During its construction, the first evidences of iron ore were found. This ore crusher, used in search for gold, was one of the first pieces of mining equipment in the area. It was found underwater in Trout Creek in 1934. Wow. The first iron mine in Minnesota was opened near here in Sudan in 1884. So this is the, wow. That was found in a lake. Wow. First iron mine. From the Braytung pit of the Sudan mine just north of this town, the first commercial shipment of Minnesota iron ore was made by the Minnesota Iron Company July 31st, 1884 over the Duluth and Iron Range Railroad. This line had just been built by Charlemagne Tower and associates to open up the Vermillion Range. These caught my eye coming in. Look at, they're white walls. White wall wheels on the train. Pretty cool. They look fancy. I just realized I did like everything a predator would do with that kid. Hey kid, you want to see the swamp? Come into the woods with me. Hey, do you want to be a star? Let me take your picture. Oh my god. Sucks that we have to think that way. But it makes me worried about him riding around here by himself. It's interesting. You know, I talk about white male privilege a lot. That's female privilege right there. You know, I wonder if he would do the same if it was a man. If he would be as, probably not. I think most kids are taught, unfortunately, and I'm sorry for the good men, you know, that men are, you have to watch out for the men. So he may not have been that open with a man, but also, you know, women sometimes serve as bait, you know, for men. So anyway, I'm sorry, my mind is going, you know, this is me from my own past experiences, just worrying about the little guy. Yeah. I just passed Lake Vermillion State Park, and I'm really wishing now I bought a state park pass. I think I've already been to 2. It was $35, it's $8 to get in, so I'd have to use it more than 4 times. But I mean, heck, even just to drive through the park, a state park, you know, or day use, I'm kind of wishing I bought a state park pass. It would have been worth it here in Minnesota. It's not always worth it, but I'm stalled in Minnesota. I just can't seem to leave. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm keeping my eyes peeled for sale signs. For sale by owner. Haven't seen a lot, to be honest with you. And my new friend that I stayed with said that prices are going up. They've just gone through the roof everywhere. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it would be worthwhile to wait. I guess a lot of people are fleeing the expensive, crowded cities. So, like I am, like I was. Passively looking, just passively looking. That's it, you know, I'm passively looking, and if and when the right one, like the perfect one, jumps out at me, then I'll know it. I will know it. Okay, this is 9491 Highway 1. Look at it, it's perfect. I wonder how much it is. Go swimming? You wanna go swimming? So I just got to the edge of Lake Superior. Yay! Thought it would be cooler here. It's not actually that bad. Mid-80s today, pretty much throughout the state. But hopefully a little bit of a breeze and less bugs. And viewer actually recommended this drive. I'm heading up to the Canadian border and then I'll turn around. That chipmunk just ran across the trail. Anyway, heading up to the Canadian border. I heard it's a beautiful drive with waterfalls, so we just stopped at this wayside rest area, and there's a short little waterfall trail, and we're gonna go check it out. But right now I gotta rein in my dog. Nice. This is like the first rocky creek we've seen. This is the least amount of bugs I've had. I mean, in our camps, we can't even, Sadie gets mobbed with flies so bad that they drive her nuts. This morning, I really sprayed vinegar on her and rubbed it in. Actually, I rubbed it in with my hands, half vinegar, half white vinegar, half water. Some people were saying apple cider vinegar, but then I read, and it made sense, that the sticky appleness kind of attracts them. So just half white vinegar, half water, and I rubbed it on her, and it really did help. I ordered some stuff from Amazon for her to spray on her for flies and ticks repellent, all natural, but I've been having problems getting my packages. They mailed it. I had it sent to the UPS store. They usually send things by UPS, and they mailed it, and the UPS store won't accept mail if you don't have a mailbox there. So I don't know where it is, but yeah, but this is nice. No bugs. Nice little hike. This forest has changed, probably because I don't know. Yeah, more pine trees, I think. Or maybe I can just see them more because this is manicured, you know, cut. A trail is cut, so it's not as overgrown with vegetation. Yeah, nice. Birds. What birds? She's doing good. Look at her. She's doing so good. We're getting there. Well, I certainly didn't expect this. That's a pretty good sized waterfall. I didn't realize there were hills and mountains this big here. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Well, trying to keep a puppy on a leash, carry a camera, and go over rocky river, I fell. Scraped up my knee a little bit, got my butt all wet, but Sadie had a blast. So, dropped my camera in the water. Hopefully, I didn't break it. So far, it seems okay. So, we'll see though. Now back up the crazy stairs.
Slight chance of rain showers after midnight with lows in the mid-50s, highs in the low 80s for tomorrow. NPR News makes it easy to
out for places that I might be able to spend the night, and this looks like a good spot. So down here at the boat launch it says no camping, but there's a big parking lot up here. I'll show you when I get back, and a big gravel parking lot. I think I might just stay in there. I'm still an hour probably from the border, so I'll take my time. There's a state park up there. I'm so wishing I'd bought a state park pass. and it's cool here. There's some mosquitoes. I had the front windows of the truck open while I made breakfast, and I saw the mosquitoes. Yep, bummer. Broke the microphone on my camera when I fell in the river at the waterfall. A few of you have noticed in some of the recent videos that depending on the camera I use, you notice that sound is only coming out of one ear. Well, that's why, because I broke the microphone. So I don't know what I'm saying here, but... And if you've never tried to shoot stable video while walking a puppy, you don't know what you're missing. She's getting better. You see how clear that is? You can see the bottom is like a greenish. It's beautiful. Oh, the stories this lake could tell from ancient times. Look at that swimming spot. What the heck is that? National Ocean Survey. Lake Superior is the world's largest freshwater lake by surface area at 31,700 square miles, or 82,100 square kilometers. It's roughly the size of Maine and holds 10% of the world's surface freshwater. Wait. So I saw this on my way up, and I wasn't really sure what it was, but something caught my eye on the way back. So I turned around because I got to show you. You see it? Be kind. Look at this. It's got so much stuff in it. I don't even know what it is. Artistic expression. Look at it. It goes on forever. Well, not ever, but you know, it's pretty big. Oh my gosh, look it up there. What? Bigfoot. Okay, so I drove all day. I thought I would go ahead and drive all the way up to Grand Portage on the north shore of Minnesota, which is right on the Canadian border. My goal was to drive all the way up there and look for camping along the way. Superior National Forest is along the way. I couldn't find any camping at all. So I ended up going all the way up there and all the way back. It's not that long of a drive, but it was a lot for me between just getting out and sightseeing and the little bit of hike that I did and going out into the woods a couple times and following a couple roads and trying to find camping, and it didn't work out. So I ended up back here. I'll show you tomorrow. Back at the, oh, I remember the name of it. The rest area that I showed you guys earlier. But I parked in a different area. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll show you tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's a legal camping spot or not, to be honest with you, because it's all developed. There's private property and resorts and hotels, and it's, you know, I mean, it's a pretty drive along the lake, but it's all developed. So there's like no boondocking, and there's signs, no parking, and you can't go in here and you can't go in there. That. So I found this spot that I'm in, and I don't know if it's a legit spot or not, but I'm tired and I'm going to sleep here. So that's what I'm going to do. Having dinner tonight, So this is 3-bean salad that I made a couple days ago. So it's got garbanzo beans, kidney beans, string beans, cooked string beans, celery, carrots. I threw some hemp seeds in for some extra protein, and apple cider vinegar, and what else? A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, all kinds of spices, a little cumin, a little coriander. Oh, what else did I put in here? Salt and pepper, a little chili powder even. I like really spicy stuff. So, and I did put a little, most 3-bean salads say you should put sugar in. I put in a little bit of agave syrup just to sweeten up the vinegar a little bit. So, oh, did I mention celery? Big hunks of celery. So that's dinner. This didn't turn out as good as the last batch. I can't remember what I put in the last batch. It was better. It was spicier. But I'm tired. I don't think this is going to be enough. So I might make a cheese tortilla. I think I'll make a cheese tortilla. I have some coconut flour wraps that I need to use up. So I'll just heat that up with a little bit of vegan cheese. And I have some, what is this? Roasted red pepper and eggplant dip. So I'll throw that on it. That'll be my dinner. I think that'll work. Long day. Really long day. Everything's always better in a wrap, right? Dinner is ready. Is it delicious? It's delicious, huh? Is it delicious? You like Lake Superior? Yes. So I'm not sure if I mentioned, been here 3 nights now. I drove almost all the way up to Canada. There was no camping up there. Nothing. I drove all over Superior. I mean, there were roads, but they were narrow and buggy. So I ended up back here, but not at the parking place that I showed you last time. But at this old utility place. I'll show you here in a minute. But yeah, I've been needing to just stay put and work. That's what I've been doing, work for like 3 straight days. And I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Minneapolis to pick up mail because packages have been wonky. Trying to get packages have been more challenging than usual. Not sure why. Just weird stuff happening. Stuff that's supposed to go by UPS going mail and still getting sent back. Getting lost at a post office. Crazy stuff. So you got to go swimming in Lake Superior. Can't wait to go swimming in the Atlantic Ocean, huh? I had the camera on. I caught that. Her trying to chase a butterfly. So this is camp. Yesterday, an Airstream pulled in over there, which is kind of strange. Did not expect anybody else to be here. See, it's just like an old utility. I don't know if it's a park or city or utility. Where is it? Oh, there we are. There were 2 piles of wood when I first got here, but a big rig came yesterday. A big truck came and took 1 pile. And there's an old building over there. A couple slabs of concrete. I explored it before the other people got here yesterday, and wasn't sure if it was completely legal, but it's just land sitting here that nobody's using. And you know, it's not private. So I talked to the truck driver though. I asked him if he was going to come pick up this other pile and if he needed me to move, and he was like, nope, you're fine. I'm like, okay. So I found a boondocking spot that nobody knows about. Come to find out, this is an old town. There used to be an old town on this site. Had no idea. In the 1950s, this was a bustling little town of Taconite Harbor. In its heyday, it was a tiny 2-block community built by the Erie Mining Company to provide housing for the employees of the nearby taconite plant, with 22 pastel-colored prefab homes, which were brought in by trucks. And they line the streets of this picturesque village. This is one of the streets of the small community, and this lamppost is all that remains. I was here the whole time and didn't even know it. So how cool is Minnesota so far? I have a lot more to come. Next time is Minneapolis. I got to see the Mary Tyler Moore House, visited the George Floyd Memorial, and so much more to come. Stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe below and hit the notification so you never miss a thing. I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. Mwah. See you soon.